What is up, Mav fans and hoop heads? Wish everyone good vibes out there. I'm AG, your host. Welcome on into another episode of Mavs Rundown. Appreciate you all for listening. Excuse me. And you join me on a late night or, the next day following this game, this night, I don't even know, my days are all mixed. Tuesday night. Game on a back-to-back. Dallas Mavericks go into Denver, play the Nuggets, and come out with a victory, 116-115, thriller fashion, of course. Got to make it dramatic, but come away with escape with a great road win, because it is a great road win against a team they're only missing Michael Porter Jr., so they still had Jamal Murray and Joker out there, and the rest of their squad. It's a good team that we're playing. They were 14-10 or 14-9 before this game. Another good title, contending team especially the Western Conference. So good to get a win on the road at their place on a second night of a back-to-back too. At that, good stuff by the Mavs. This one was just crazy, man. Mavs, it was really a back and forth. Mavs kind of got a lead and kind of were basically able to hold on to this all the way till the end, and it became like a whole back and forth kind of deal. But yeah, I'm gonna get right into the rundown real quick, man. So as I said, Mavs were fully healthy tonight. MPJ, Michael Porter Jr. out for the Nuggets though. First quarter, Mavs were being aggressive, hitting shots, but kind of the Nuggets were too. I mean, shit. Honestly, the whole night you can't really talk too much about defense. Both teams tonight were hitting. Let me look at both teams at least 50% from the field tonight. And both teams at least 40% from three. So I mean, guys were just knocking down shots. So defense, it's hard to pick out of that. Guys, you play good defense. Guys are still knocking down shots. Play bad defense. You already know they're gonna score. Guys, we're kind of letting some guys get to the lane. Throughout this game, Timmy was getting kind of abused for some reason. He kept getting and he was like the middle guy on rotations. He ended up being like the middle down guy. That's where usually like a center would be, and kept getting matched up with like Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon would just abuse him in the middle and just attack him every time. That was just throughout the game though. But anyway, first quarter. But Mavs were being aggressive, were the aggressors, I feel like, to start this game off. And that's what really gave us this lead, for the rest of the game, essentially. But Luka had scored the last 8 at the end of the first quarter, including back-to-back threes, and put us up 30. We were up 36-29 at the end of the first. Luka had 8, 4 rebounds, 4 assists at the end of the first, just kind of doing it all, being the engine for the Mavs, creating good looks for everybody else, and other guys were knocking down their shots. It was a good first quarter, being aggressive against a good team. Be up at the end of the first quarter is what I'm trying to say. It's good to come out, lay out that first punch. In the second quarter, the unit without Luka did well, pretty much holding it down all the way. Kept that same lead all the way up to like 6 minutes left, and then I think they got scored on a couple times, and then they put Luka right back in. But other than that, pretty much this whole night too, the bench unit without Luka, not want to say bench because you have Spencer still in there and some other guys that may be starters, but still, without Luka, they held it down. Second quarter, things started to get a little chippy. Love the trash talking going on. I love that shit. It started get going. These two teams, we've gone at it a lot. So, I know these teams, they're probably, you got Luka and Joker knowing each other, but the rest of this squad, I feel like, I don't know, something don't rub right. It's kind of I don't want to say Clipper situation, but it is what it is. It's a nice little quiet rivalry, so to speak, because these two teams are now getting real good. It was kind of the Denver Nuggets kind of just being the good ones, and now Mavs are coming into our own, and now we're putting our stamp on things. So it's kind of cool to see. But anyway, at halftime, Mavs are up 64-58. Luka had 15, 6, and 7. He was 4 of 8 from the field, and all 4 of his shots that he made were all threes. He was 4 of 6 from the three-point line. Tim had 12. He had 2 threes in the first half, but he also had 6 free throws. He made 6 of 7 free throws. Getting fouled, getting to the line, that's good. Spencer had 9, 5 assists, 9 points, 5 assists. Dodo had a couple threes, 2 threes, and 8 points. Third, man, Tim hit 3 threes, man. It's another big third quarter, uh, really big game for Tim. But that third quarter, I think it was the last one too. He hit third quarter. Sometime in the second half, he hit one quarter. He just goes off, just like where Luka did. But yeah, hit 3 threes in this third quarter. But when he dribbled it, was kind of a little bit of like he kind of turned it over a couple times. But man, he was on tonight. He was hitting his shot. I think he's found his rhythm again. That's good to see. Now the last 4 or 5 games or something like that. He's been doing really well, but that's good to see. At the end of the first, though, it was 91. Or end of the third. I'm sorry. End of the third, it was 91-86. Luka already had a triple double by this time. 22, 10, and 10. Just wrecking them, doing his thing still, getting others involved. And then the fourth quarter, of course, Luka sits at the first, and so you got the bench, as I just called him before, the bench unit coming in, and Siwa was doing good. Siwa did pretty good this whole night, just attacking, being aggressive, and he was doing that in the fourth quarter. I noted it that man, he was just putting down guys like anytime, as I said last game, I wanted him to be more aggressive in the paint. He was doing that shit. It was like he heard my ass and he was like, all right, bet. And he fucking was out and being aggressive, which I hope the coaching staff and all the players would be in his ears like, dude, we need you to be aggressive for us to be really good. And he was getting buckets, driving in. Then he had one, man, it was a fucking sick ass pass inside to Maxi. After he was going up for a shot, looked like he was driving on a guy he had posted up, so they came over and doubled last second. He went up like he was gonna put up a shot, and last second, just dropped it right down to a wide open Max under the basket, who got the easy dunk. So it was pretty dope to see. Luka had to come in though with 8 minutes left, because defensively things weren't holding up, and shots kind of end up starting not falling down a little bit, and Mavs weren't fucking around with that. They were like, all right, Luka, get your ass back in. 8 minutes left, go. You set the last 2 fourth quarters. You're good enough. Go ahead. But yeah, that happens. And then a little bit later on, Tim, shout out Tim, another big three. A little bit later on, make it 107-99 in this fourth quarter. And at this point, you're thinking like, man, Mavs might run away with this. And then and Tim even right after that draws a charge. Man, you're thinking, oh man, all sorts of momentum going. I think there's still like 4 or 5 minutes left, and then with about 4 minutes left, Mavs are up 111-101. And then from there, from what happened from 4 minutes till 37 seconds left in the game, I really can't tell you. It was such a blur. But basically, Nuggets go on a run and end up 112-111 with 37 seconds left. Basically, a 10-0 run, or my bad, a 11-0 run on us real quick. It was just offense. The shots were falling. Luka was trying to get us going. I wish he was a little bit more aggressive on one shot, but a couple shots he had, just didn't go down. Wish he got to the paint just a little bit more. I think he was a little bit surprised because he wasn't getting. He's so used to being doubled that he looked more surprised when he was getting like wide open lanes. It's like, dude, just hit a floater. Like, you're right there. Just hit a floater. You had Joker right there, but dude, you easily hit a floater over his ass. Like, what? Like, and I think he was just kind of tripped out by how wide open he was because they weren't doubling him like that. But and he was missed a couple like turnaround fades and stuff like that. But anyway, Nuggets end up hitting a three, go up 112-111 with 37 seconds left. So the Mavs have the ball. They're running the Luka pick and roll, and of course, they're doubling Luka now. For sure at the end of the game. So they're doubling Luka for sure, and Luka was running the pick and roll Dodo. So pops out. They run it a couple of times, and I think the second or third time they finally ran. I think pretty sure maybe it was the second time they finally ran it. Kicked it out to Dodo. He was finally had enough spacing, wide open three at the top of the key, and fucking drained that shit. No hesitation. Once he caught the pass, because the first time he caught it, he wasn't really ready, wasn't set, and then he passed it back to Luka, get the defense reset, sets the screen, pops it back out again. has enough space. Luka hits another dime pass, and fucking Dodo, no hesitation, just drains that down. And puts the Mavs up 114-112 with 16.8 seconds left. It was a big three by Dodo, really clutch for his part. Then a little bit, then right after that, Dodo fouls Joker on the pick and roll. There, pick and roll. Joker had set a screen, and so Dodo gets switched on to him. It was having to guard him, and of course they're push and shove, and so they call the foul on Dodo, and it ends up being Dodo's sixth foul, so he fouls out unfortunately. But hey, it sent Joker to the free throw line and it sucked because they're in the bonus. So all he has to do is hit two free throws, and this is a tie ball game. Well, he misses the first free throw. It was crazy. He misses the first one. So then you're thinking, oh, is he going to miss a second? Or are we going to play the free throw game? Well, they elect the latter. It's the free throw game because Joker makes the second one. Excuse me. Oh, man, I'm talking all over myself about this game. Choking on my spit. Excuse me for that. But anyway, so Joker missed that first free throw, so then they have to come down. He hits the second one. Then they foul Spencer. Spencer hits both his free throws, so the Mavs have a 116-113 lead. And we had a foul. Actually, we didn't have a foul to give. It's 116-113. We fouled them with about 6 seconds left before they can get a shot up or anything. It was a smart foul, up by 3. Play kind of the free throw game again. And since they're in the bonus, they go to a free throw line for 2 shots. And of course, it's not 3. So they're betting on that. And they send Murray to the line. He makes both. Makes it 116-115. Mavs call a timeout, their last timeout, get the ball in. With only 6 seconds left, all you gotta do is inbound, make the free throws, we can go home. Call this kind of a night, play some good defense. Well, Mavs don't end that way. Got to make it more exciting. Tim, gets the ball in. Basically traveled. If you look at the replay, he basically traveled with the ball, which goes to the whole, the kind of a dependent ball handler. Guy's not scared to kind of get the ball or whatever, but. Not trying to say he's scared, but hey, man, he was looking for the foul. You got to be strong with the ball, whatever. Anyway, Tim gets fouled. He gets free throws, and he misses both free throws. Like, just clanks both of them. And he has such a great game, and it's going to probably be overshadowed by these last free throws. And it's going to be one of those double-edged swords where some people are going to say, if you're for Tim, you're gonna say, hey, man, he had... How many do you have? 29 tonight, da da da. And then if you're kind of against them, you're like, see, this is what we're talking about at the end of the game. Missing free throws, messing up, and you could have gave it the ball game away. So, hey, man, gotta take the good where you can get it. He missed both free throws, and they end up getting get the rebound. And luckily, I'm thinking 4 seconds left, they have enough time to go get a clean shot off. Luckily, it bounced around in there. Of course, the defense is like right there, so. Jamal Murray had to dribble around some people and had to throw basically a half court heave at the buzzer and of course misses it. And Mavs escape with a win, the narrow victory, 116-115. What a great game! As I mentioned, Tim Hardaway, 29 points though, great shooting night, 7-12 from the field, 6 of 8 from 3. He had 12 free throw attempts tonight, made 9 of them. Good stuff. 3 rebounds, two assists, 3 steals. Tim had a really great game, except for those last 2 free throws. Other than that, he had a really, really great game though. And also he didn't do so well defensively. He was getting kind of punished, as I said, by Eric Gordon. But offensively, man, that dude did everything. Especially he even got some good rebounds in there. But yeah, and then Luka finishes the night with 22 points, 10 rebounds, 12 assists. Good to see him not have to score. 30 plus for us to get a victory. Only 22, that's good. 12, the triple double is so nice. He was 5 of 17 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3, 8 of 9 from the free throw line. Good stat line right there. Except of course, you want to see the points up and field goals up, but doing all the other stuff right, making his free throws, doing stuff like that. Spencer tonight only 13 points. Wish he was a little bit more aggressive. 3 of 8 from the field, only 1 of 2 from 3. 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Had two 2 rebounds and 7 assists and a steal. Dodo had the nice, basically almost like game winner with that clutch 3 at the end. 19 points, 7 to 13 from the field, 5 of 10 threes. 10 threes. That's what we need to see him shoot more. Just be consistent at getting up a lot of shots because we need him to be in the rhythm all the time and not have to worry about only getting like 2 or 3 shots. Like we need you to take a good amount because he can hit him at a high clip now. He's worked on it so good. But five threes for him tonight. Good stuff. He also had a rebound, 3 assists, 3 steals. Dwight Powell solid 3 for 3, 8 rebounds, 8 points, 7 rebounds, assist, a steal, a block, doing all the little things. Cleaver off the bench, clutch 3-2 for him off a Seawood pass, I think it was, where he found him. Yeah, there was another play by Seawood there in the fourth quarter, I think it was, where he found Maxey for a 3. So it was really nice to see that Seawood's kind of just buying into the whole thing with the Mavs. Speaking of the Seawood, Kleber, he had 9 points, by the way, 3 rebounds, but and a block. Good stuff by Kleber. But Seawood, speaking of Seawood, 27 minutes tonight, had 14 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block. It was a +9, 6 of 7 field goals. Didn't make a 3, but 2 free throws. A good solid game off the bench. Wish they would just use him more, but still a good solid game off the bench, and the usage and stuff. What he's doing out there. But good minutes from him tonight. I really liked what I've seen from him tonight. Josh Green still had a good night. Only 1 of 5 from the field, 2 points, but of course he does a lot of things that don't show up in the stat sheet. Causes a lot of chaos, keeps the ball moving, brings the energy. So good stuff from him. And overall, just good night for the Mavs. Didn't put up at least 40 attempts, but made 17 of our 36 attempts from 3. So shot 47% tonight compared to the Jazz 40% because they made 13 threes. So live by the 3, die by the 3, and we won by it tonight basically. Because they killed us in the paint. But good that we snuck out this win. Don't want to make this one super long. Just glad we got the dub. We'll finish this up. Now we go into our next game. Will be Friday. Get a couple of days off. Get some rest. And we go home. And we play Milwaukee at home. Damn, it's a home. But it's a 9 o'clock game on ESPN Friday. So y'all get ready. It's going to be a back-to-back this weekend too. So hopefully the Mavs get their rest too. Because they're going to play Milwaukee on Friday. Then they travel real quick to Chicago before coming home for a little bit. So Milwaukee and Chicago, those are gonna be two tough games. So Mavs doing good so far. 4 of the last 5, won the last 3 in a row. Good momentum moving forward. Milwaukee will now be a great test to see if this is really real, if what we're seeing this streak is real, or if it's kind of a facade. We'll see. This will be a true test. Milwaukee is a true contender. Denver is a true playoff team. And so is Phoenix, and now we're gonna play a true contending team, and we beat also a true contending team in Golden State just recently too in one of those wins. But now we rematch Milwaukee after we had kind of like a game after we played them November 27th. Now we play them again after we just kind of figured some things out. Guys, Tim starting to get in the hot and stuff. So I'm looking forward to see this rematch. And see if the Mavs, turn things around, especially here at home. It's an ESPN game, 9 o'clock, as I said. So hopefully all the players get up for it, and all the fans, if y'all are there, it's going to be up for it. So good stuff by the Mavs. Pretty much that's all I got for y'all. Let me see everything else. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to follow on Twitter, at Mavs_rundown. The Mavs Rundown is also free on YouTube, and it's also on Spotify if you didn't know. I'm AG. Thanks for listening, everyone. Remember, cool heads prevail, and I'll see y'all next time on the Mavs Rundown.